This is United Network News with Sunny Galt, Calen, Kimberly Gogan, and our field messengers from around the world. Here's today's real news.
The discovery of antibiotics was a total game changer for medicine until bacteria started fighting back. Antibiotics are largely used both in medicine to treat illnesses and in farming to boost animal growth. Thanks to their overuse and misuse, some bacteria have evolved into superbugs, outsmarting the very treatments meant to kill them.
Antibiotic resistance is a growing problem worldwide, and it's driven by a few key factors: overprescribing antibiotics, poor hospital hygiene, and a lack of quick, accurate lab tests. Another major issue is the excessive use of antibiotics in farming. This can lead to drug-resistant bacteria spreading to humans, either through direct infections or by transferring resistance genes from animals to human pathogens. Bacteria evolve much faster than we can develop new antibiotics, making infections tougher and sometimes impossible to treat. The National Institutes of Health points out how important antibiotics are, making life-saving procedures like organ transplants, cancer treatments, and major surgeries possible by keeping infections under control. Also, antibiotics aren't without risks. They can cause side effects like allergic reactions, blood cell issues, and problems with your nerves, stomach, kidneys, heart, lungs, or liver. That's why it's essential to use them wisely. Before prescribing, doctors need to confirm if antibiotics are even necessary by considering symptoms, age, medical history, and other health factors. Identifying the specific pathogen and choosing the right antibiotic for the job are key steps in avoiding overuse. Unfortunately, the problem is worse in many developing countries, where antibiotics are often sold without prescriptions. This only fuels resistance further and could result in hospitalization or worse.
It is always scary when someone in your family is being admitted to hospital. Even if it's just for a routine procedure, no one wants to stay longer in a hospital than they have to, and healthcare-acquired infections happen all the time. These are infections that immunocompromised patients catch while in hospital and are increasingly caused by superbugs that cannot be killed by any drugs on the market. Prevention is always better than cure. So how do we prevent superbugs from emerging in the first place? When I use the term superbug, I'm talking about bacteria that have developed resistance against a broad range of drugs, namely antibiotics targeted at killing them. Now, some bacteria are just naturally resistant to some antibiotics, and it wasn't a big deal once upon a time. We would simply go to another antibiotic in our arsenal, built up over decades of scientific research and drug discovery. But we're running out of options. It has been years since a brand new category of antibiotic was discovered, and bacteria had developed mechanisms to defend against all of them.
Alternative treatments to antibiotics exist for specific diseases, and one promising option is bacteriophage therapy. Bacteriophages, also known as phages, are viruses that specifically target and infect bacteria. They evolve alongside the bacteria they feed on. In the U.S., there are more than 80 clinical trials for phage therapy, and doctors can even request emergency Food and Drug Administration approval to use it when all other treatments have failed. Phage therapy shows promise, but questions remain. How do they interact with the immune system? As evolving viruses, they might adapt to target unintended bacteria or mutate harmfully, and this hasn't been documented in studies yet. While North America and Europe are advancing in phage therapy with policies, regulations, and clinical guidelines, many African countries are struggling to keep up as governments lack the regulatory systems needed to approve new therapies. For example, Kenya's Pharmacy and Poisons Board, similar to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, typically approves drugs only after they've been cleared in countries with strict safety standards. So far, it hasn't approved a single domestically manufactured drug.
We've now had, more than 2,000 requests by patients or by physicians reaching out for their patients. And a number of them, I think, may benefit from phage, but unfortunately, only about 15% or so actually end up getting phage therapy. And I think part of the issue is, yes, there's a lot of interest, in particular when we see these published cases of, wonderful outcomes, which is great, but everyone wants that for their patients, right? But the issue is that there aren't that many groups that have phage. There aren't that many large-scale phage libraries, so that if I have an isolate today, I can find phage for it tomorrow. That whole process currently is really taking months. And so, some patients, their infection resolved. For others, they passed away. And so in the end, a very small amount of people end up getting phage.
As antibiotics lose their edge against super tough bacteria, medicinal plants are stepping in the spotlight as a natural alternative due to their potential health benefits and fewer side effects. Many plant extracts are packed with metabolites that fight microbes by targeting their cellular processes, making it tougher for bacteria to develop resistance. Take ear infections, for example. A study in pediatrics found antibiotics might not always be necessary. Patients treated with naturopathic herbal extract eardrops recovered faster and experienced less pain compared to those on antibiotics. This highlights how natural remedies can often speed up recovery and ease discomfort without relying on antibiotics. Another study published in the European Journal of Microbiology and Immunology shows whole stevia leaf extract may work as a powerful antibiotic against the tough-to-treat Lyme disease pathogen. Multiple studies and reviews show natural remedies like garlic, honey, ginger, echinacea, clove, oregano, and more have important antimicrobial effects. Let's not forget our beloved furry friends when it comes to health and well-being. Just like humans, pets can also benefit from the power of natural remedies, including natural antibiotics.
Dog or cat has a respiratory infection like the dog or cat flu. This natural antibiotic, it works great. I personally am getting over laryngitis, a throat infection. There's only one thing that has really helped. It also works on dogs and cats, and it's got some new studies backing it up. The product for honeybees, bee propolis, also known as bee glue. Bees use it to reinforce their hives. It has got a number of different medicinal ingredients. 3 in particular that help me and can help your dog or cat. It is antiviral, it is antibacterial, and it's also anti-inflammatory. If I had to pick one natural antibacterial, it would be this, propolis. Comes in these 500 milligram capsules, standard dose, 100 milligrams per 10 pounds of body weight daily.
Natural remedies and alternative therapies can have some great health benefits, but they can also interact with medications in ways you may not expect. That's why it's a good idea to do your own research and also check in with a healthcare professional, like a naturopathic doctor, before trying anything new. They can look at your health history, spot any potential interactions, and give you personalized advice to make sure everything works safely and effectively together. For years, animals have been used in scientific research to study diseases, develop treatments, and test product safety. The goal is to improve human lives. But let's be honest, animal testing brings up some tough questions. Is it right to make animals suffer for human benefit? Are there other ways to avoid testing on live animals?
Animal testing involves experiments where live animals are subjected to pain, suffering, or harm. PETA, the world's largest animal rights organization, reports more than 100 million animals suffer and die each year in the U.S. They are used for testing chemicals, drugs, food, and cosmetics, as well as for medical training and school dissections. Many animals, including mice and rats, go unaccounted as they aren't protected by the Animal Welfare Act. According to Cruelty Free International, a British animal rights and advocacy group, animal experiments are unreliable and often ineffective. animals don't naturally get many human diseases like heart disease, cancer, or HIV, and treatments that work in animals often fail in humans, wasting time, money, and countless animal lives. Avoiding products tested on animals can be challenging, especially in healthcare. Many treatments like anesthesia, flu shots, and allergy meds were tested on animals before approval. It's easier to avoid animal testing in cosmetics, cleaning products, and household items. For years, the European Union, Canada, Mexico, and 16 other countries have banned animal testing for cosmetics and ingredients. However, the line between cosmetics and drugs can be confusing. Some products, like the anti-dandruff shampoo or sunscreen tinted moisturizers, are both cosmetics and drugs because they treat specific issues. In the U.S., these products used to require animal testing until 2023, when the FDA Modernization Act 2.0 ended that rule.
We won the fight, but more work needs to be done. In 2022, we led the effort to pass FDA Modernization 2.0. There is no more mandate for animal testing for new drugs and vaccines, but the experiments continue. Beagles, primates, still subjected to cruelty, even though the law has changed. The reason is simple. The FDA hasn't updated regulations to accommodate the new law. Old science, old thinking, old politics.
Unfortunately, in business, many times profits come before ethics. Brands often mislead customers about animal testing with unclear labels. Labels like "not tested on animals" are often just marketing tactics, not a guarantee the product is truly cruelty-free. To check if a product is cruelty-free, which simply means the product and its ingredients weren't tested on animals, just look for a bunny logo on the packaging. There are 3 trusted cruelty-free logos: PETA, cruelty-free, the Leaping Bunny, and Choose Cruelty-Free. These certifications are different from marketing claims and labels because they are verified by a third party. The Leaping Bunny program says there's no regulation for cruelty-free labels. A simple bunny logo or claims like "not tested on animals" often only apply to the final product, while most animal testing happens at the ingredient level. Also, companies might say they don't test on animals, but hire others to do it for them. Companies know consumers want cruelty-free options, but as these claims aren't regulated by the FDA, they can label products however they want.
This product may not be vegan because it still may test on animals, because that symbol right there is not an official certified cruelty-free symbol. It's not from PETA, and it's not from the Leaping Bunny organization. We're going to show you what the actual symbols look like on products that are certified cruelty-free. Now, see this cruelty-free symbol on this Tom's of made the order in? That is from PETA, so this is a certified cruelty-free product. This symbol with the bunny that says cruelty-free, that's officially from the Leaping Bunny organization, so this is a certified cruelty-free product, no testing on animals. Now that V that you see there, that vegan, that's an actual certified vegan from Vegan in Action, so this is also a product that doesn't use any animal ingredients. That cruelty-free symbol, that's from Leaping Bunny, so this is a certified cruelty-free product. That V though is not the certified Vegan in Action V. So this product is not certified vegan. That means that this product could potentially have animal-derived ingredients. So double check the ingredients list.
Thanks to advancements in science, animal testing is being replaced in fields like toxicity testing, neuroscience, and drug development. Scientists can now grow almost any type of human or animal cell in the lab, even creating 3D structures like mini organs to test new treatments. Innovations like organs on chips mimic lungs, hearts, kidneys, and other organs, providing a better option than animal testing. Human tissues from surgeries or post-mortems are used to study diseases like Parkinson's and multiple sclerosis. These tissues can also replace outdated tests like the rabbit irritation test with human tissue models. Computer technology has made it possible to create virtual models of organs. These allow researchers to run experiments and make predictions without using animals. Volunteer studies using techniques like brain imaging and microdosing help track how small amounts of drugs work in the body. These alternatives not only reduce animal testing, but also make medical research more accurate and relevant to humans.
This is amazing. This is an organ on a chip, and it could help stop animal testing. Here's what's going on. More than 115 million animals are estimated to be tested on every year, which means exposing them to drugs and products to test effectiveness and safety for humans. But that might change. As of last December, the FDA no longer requires animal tests before human drug trials. So we're seeing some interesting new alternatives come out. The organ on a chip is a tiny 3D cell culture that reproduces the environment of any human organ. Researchers pump drugs through channels that can be lined with different kinds of human cells and fluids, simulating how that part of the body might work. And it's getting really good. Recently, this company called Emulate used a liver on a chip to screen 27 drugs that passed animal testing but actually caused liver toxicity in humans. And the device flagged 87% of the compounds that caused toxicity. So better than the animal test. So the idea here isn't just that we can reduce animal testing, it's also that we can improve tests for humans as well.
The push to end animal testing is growing stronger every day, with new technologies offering better, more humane solutions. Choosing cruelty-free products and supporting ethical practices can help make a difference. Raising awareness and advocating for laws that protect animals from suffering brings us closer to a world where both human and animal lives are valued and respected.
The Mother's Market in Manipur, India, is a powerful symbol of women's empowerment. UNN Field Messenger R.K. Sojit guides us through this unique marketplace.
Hi, my name is R.K. Surjit, Field Messenger from Manipur, reporting for United Network News. The Ima Market, which literally means Mothers or Women's Market. It is situated in the center of Manipur's capital city, Imphal. It is the only market entirely run by the women in the entire country. It was established in the 16th century. The complex consists of 3 large buildings with pagoda-style roofs. Early morning, 1:30 a.m. Authorized card holders belonging were kept all night in their designated area only. They worship market god and goddess before starting sales for the day. Mostly, only the wholesaler and retailers wake up early in the morning to get the cheapest price. This includes fish market as well, jewelry shop, women's traditional attires, handmade devotees' image, pawn shop, fish vendors, pottery items, vegetables. The changes of money are also sold here. Different women sell different types of women clothes. These are the surrounding view of Ima Market.
In Texas, a dedicated local organization is actively supporting a growing group of parents who are choosing homeschooling. UNN Field Messenger Sandra provides an inside look at this inspiring project.
The lady who runs this classroom is a former Army, so she's a veteran and a school teacher. And she used to teach in the public school system. She's always been an outside-the-box thinker, so she teaches in this room, and she really does spin a lot of plates. So she'll get these 2 over here or 3 started in algebra, and then when they're going, she'll come over here and do chemistry, that kind of thing. But she's very driven by the idea that students need to be inspired versus just dumping knowledge or just requiring facts. So facts are very, very important, but getting that fire lit in them is very important. So as an example, she does a fair every year that's used to be only science, but now it's science, art, and history. So each student gets to choose the category they're most interested in, and that seems to make a big difference in their level of interest and how serious they take it. So each student can express themselves versus just working on one category. So we're really spreading that concept throughout what we do.
I get to be a homeschool grandmother this year, and I've discovered that my granddaughter, who is 12, is interested in architecture. So we're going to the county courthouses, not too far away, close to my area, and then we take pictures of the courthouses and look at the architecture and talk about that. And then I was asking her to do a PowerPoint, take those pictures and upload them and do a quick PowerPoint just telling what county it was from and which pictures, all the things about the architecture that might have interested her.
I was inspired through homeschooling that you're not just trying to fill a bucket, I think is the way they put it. You're wanting to light a fire. And when someone gets excited about something, all the components come together because they want to do it. They have a little bit of interest or draw, and then they begin to, and then they run off. They go ahead of the teacher practically. Right. And we do see that happen where students, maybe they're struggling in certain areas or certain things are extra hard for them, but when you can tap into their interest and get them inspired, because character is really important too. If they have good character and they have an outside themselves purpose, like More Than Me Youth Club, More Than Me, I'm not the only person in the world, if they can get outside themselves, it draws them and they'll do things that maybe they wouldn't have done when they have a focus on others that's, greater than themselves. So I see that as really important too.
Have you ever wished you could invest in real estate, but felt like it was out of reach? Maybe you don't have a fortune lying around, or the thought of managing tenants and repairs makes you cringe. Well, real estate crowdfunding might just be the game changer you've been looking for. It's a way to dip your toes into property investment without the hefty price tag or the headaches of being a landlord. But like everything in life, it's not all sunshine and rainbows.
Real estate crowdfunding is like teaming up with others to invest in property. Instead of buying a whole property yourself, you contribute smaller amounts alongside other investors to fund specific projects. With crowdfunding, you get to pick specific real estate projects to invest in through online platforms, often with smaller amounts of money. It's a more hands-on approach because you choose the deals that catch your eye, but that also means it can come with a bit more risk.
Ever dreamt of owning real estate, but it seems too expensive? There's a new way in: real estate crowdfunding. Basically, you pool your money with other investors online to invest in properties together. Think of it like buying slices of a giant property pie. This means you can forget about huge down payments. You can start with a smaller amount and potentially see good returns. Plus, there are different types of investments, so you can find something that fits for your risk appetite. With crowdfunding, you are just an investor, so you can relax while your investment grows. Plus, the risk is shared with a large group of people, so you are not on the hook for everything.
Real estate crowdfunding apps really gained momentum in the U.S. after the Jobs Act was passed in 2012. This law opened up more opportunities for crowdfunding investments, including real estate, making it easier for platforms to reach a wider audience. Real estate crowdsourcing apps make it easy for people to invest in real estate by pooling money together to fund property projects. Instead of having to buy an entire property on your own, you can chip in smaller amounts and join in on bigger deals. These apps let you browse different investment opportunities, check out project details, and choose where you want to put your money. They take care of all of the management, leasing, and reporting, so you don't have to worry about the day-to-day stuff. The pros are pretty appealing. You get access to real estate investments without needing a substantial upfront cost, and you can diversify your portfolio by investing in multiple projects. The apps are usually easy to use and often come with tools to help you track your investments and stay updated. But there are cons too. Risks like project delays, market changes, or even losses are a real possibility. Liquidity can be an issue because your money is usually tied up for months or years. Plus, management fees can cut into your profits. And while most platforms vet their projects carefully, there's still a chance things might not go as planned.
From 2020 to 2022, according to the Wall Street Journal, syndicators raised $115 billion on those crowd platforms. And now those platforms, just to name a few, like Realty Mogul, CrowdStreet, right? They had a bunch of projects on their platforms. Now they have like one or two.
Not having enough projects could be a red flag when picking a real estate crowdfunding app. A good platform should offer a variety of project types, like residential or commercial, and be spread out across different locations to help reduce your risk. Minimum investment amounts can vary. We found one app as low as $10. So check to see if the platform's minimums fit your budget. And don't forget about liquidity, how easy it is to get your money in and out if you need it. Some platforms lock up your investment for longer periods and have fewer ways to cash out early. Transparency is key too. Make sure the app shares clear details about fees, potential risks, and the project's features. You want to know exactly what you're paying in management fees and if any hidden costs could eat into your earnings. Finally, make sure the app has clear performance metrics and reporting tools so you can keep track of your investments and stay up to date on their progress. Here's a look at how Fundrise, a popular real estate crowd sharing app, works.
It just takes a few minutes to sign up for the app, and in the app you have very easy to follow instructions to get going. You can see exactly what you're invested in. This is actually my investment portal here. You can see on a map where the actual real estate properties or projects are. You can go to list view and look at every single project here and then look at in detail each of those projects or developments. One of the coolest things is actually coming over to the newsfeed section, and this is where Fundrise pushes out updates to everyone who has an online login, and you can view all sorts of new projects.
Real estate crowdfunding has transformed the property market by making real estate investing more accessible to everyone, even those with smaller budgets. It has added liquidity to a traditionally slow-moving market, giving investors easier exit options and access to secondary markets. Crowdfunding also offers a wider range of investment opportunities, from traditional properties to unique projects like affordable housing and green buildings. Developers benefit too, as they can tap into a larger pool of investors, speeding up projects and fostering innovation by testing new ideas on a smaller scale.
If real estate crowdfunding isn't for you, there are other options to consider. Real estate investment trusts, or REITs, are a hands-off way to invest in real estate through shares of a company that owns or finances properties. Real estate syndication lets you partner with other investors and a sponsor to fund larger projects, usually with higher potential returns. For more control, you could buy and manage rental properties yourself, which offers steady income but requires more effort. Each option has its pros and cons, so think about your investment goals and how involved you want to be.
In Baden, Switzerland, a group of homeschoolers participate in a bookmaking learning activity, sparking their creativity and imagination. UNN Field Messenger Kirsten shares their experience.
Hello, my name is Kirsten. I'm from Switzerland and I'm a field messenger for UNN. As a homeschooling mother and president of a free learning association, I'd like to share some impressions from our project-based learning group, the Learn Oasis.
As a learning group of children in homeschooling, we were allowed to learn how to bind books with Magdalena from the Atelier 99.
We were all allowed to bind our own books. Here you can see the self-made book binding studio from her. We painted the pictures for the book covers ourselves.
Here we cut the book's spine from cardboard with a cutting machine and then marked the center so that it could later be glued correctly to the fabric.
Here, the cardboard book pages were glued to the spine of the book.
Then the book contents were checked to see if everything was fitting correctly.
For the text on the book cover itself is clamped into the printing machine. For this purpose, the stamping letters are selected and inserted into the machine. The machine needs about 1 hour to warm up. Here you can see all our books that we have produced ourselves, which are taken out after a few hours under a press.
Thanks for watching. That was Kirsten reporting for UNN.
UNN is changing the face of news. Join us for our weekly Field Messenger meetings and learn how you can make a difference. Visit unitednetwork.earth for more information. Thanks for watching.